You want a BBL, but you're a skinny person and you normally have excess fat to give. And you think, what if I just inject something else into the buttock to give me the body that I want? Don't do this. Let's talk about it.
She was a wife, she was a mom, she was a TV star, and she was murdered by a woman that her family says presented herself as a licensed medical professional. But the woman who called herself the, quote, butt lady is now a convicted murderer for what she did. And the shocking part of what is already a shocking story is that this isn't the first time that she had one of her patients die on her watch. We're on the case, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Chris Stewart. The family of the victim in this story say their loved one's death was preventable and more could have been done to stop a woman named Libby Adame. Now I want to show you Libby Adame's mugshot. Here it is. On the West Coast, she went by a nickname that was certainly memorable, and it's the nickname, quote, the butt lady. She was called that because of a procedure that she was supposedly marketing herself as an expert in. And it's a procedure the FDA doesn't approve of. A procedure where someone injects silicone into someone's rear end to increase its size and its shape, a butt augmentation procedure. Those concerns came with real-life consequences on March 24th at the home of 58-year-old actress Cindiana Santangelo. Now, she had a pretty lengthy and very, very successful career in television in Hollywood. She was on shows like ER and CSI Miami. But it was on that day, March 24th of this year, that the butt lady came to her home to give her injections of silicone. And after receiving those injections in her behind, there were complications with the procedure. And this mom of two was rushed to the hospital, and that's where she died. Her cause of death was a fatal embolism as a result of those silicone injections. Libby Adame, the butt lady, was arrested, and she was charged with second-degree murder. Prosecutor.
So I love true crime, okay? Confession, these are my confessions. I love true crime, and obviously I subscribe to Law and Crime on YouTube. But here's the thing. I woke up one morning and came across this and was truly, truly shocked because I did not think that this is where we are in 2024, the year of our Lord, 2024 and 25. This happened, I believe, in 2024. And this lady had also recently, prior to this charge, been recently convicted of manslaughter for a very similar occurrence with another woman just a couple years ago. So again, in the year of our Lord, 2025, I was shocked that this is still a thing. And so I didn't think that I'd have to make this video with this giant PSA of do not allow people to inject your booty with just random stuff. But apparently I do. So here's the core issue. Even though we haven't gotten fully away from these bodacious BBLs, people still want to have something on their backside, me included. I too want a little bit more booty, okay? And for people who don't have fat stores to give and to create the BBL, there have been opportunities to use other agents to achieve the look. I, in previous videos or a previous video, have talked about how we've used Sculptra in the past, and there are some new technologies emerging that are even allowing us to use fat that doesn't necessarily belong to you as the patient. And that's actually revolutionary in a lot of ways. But this thing of injecting silicone or some kind of polymer, that unfortunately has been around for decades now. And I thought, maybe naively, that there were enough of these stories that we wouldn't have to actually discuss it, but here we are. This woman in Malibu, of all places. Malibu, if you don't know California, Malibu is a very, very wealthy area with very, well-to-do people who you would think would be smarter than this, but this is, I don't think this is a smart thing. I think this is just a thing where people are resorting to whatever they can to keep up appearances and to also maybe feel better in the body that they have. But they're doing it the wrong way. It used to be that you would hear the stories of a woman going to a hotel room, or a woman in a back alley, or, you know, a woman at the hair salon who would offer you to inject you with something that would fill your booty. I have a few patients, actually, unfortunately, who fell under the same kind of trap. They went to a beauty salon, they heard rumors about a beauty salon where in the back room they would also not only do your hair but give you a little booty on the side and the side, a booty and the side. Okay, they give you the hips, the booty, everything. Fast forward 30 years, these women are coming back with terrible pain, sciatic pain from the scar tissue that's on their sciatic nerve. They're debilitated. They're coming back with wounds that are not healing. They're coming back with flesh-eating bacteria or necrotizing soft tissue infections, all as a result of what they did 30 years ago. I have a patient where it's migrated, so it's not only just in her booty now, but it's up her back, it's in her groin, it's down her thighs, and everywhere. It's really hard. I mean, literally hard to the touch. And it's painful for her because she's trying to do normal things like sit, stand, work. And all these little areas are putting pressure on just normal tissue. The new way that it looks is not that it's in a hotel. Although I'm sure there are some cases where someone says, hey, come to a hotel, I don't know, come to the hotel, come to the Ritz, and I'll give you a little booty shot. I think the new way that people are doing it now, though, more popularly, is that they are offering an in-home service, right? We love an in-home service. I love an in-home service. Anything that you can give me in my house, I'm here for it. My food, my groceries, like, bring it to me, deliver it to me. I don't want to leave the house, right? Are you the same way? Am I alone? Okay. But no. So they're offering an in-home service, right? Imagine getting a booty in your own home. Who would have thunk that would be the thing to do? So they're offering it to you in your home. They come to your beautiful home, and all you have to do is sign a paper that basically signs your life away. Because that is a very possible consequence of this, as we can see in this case. A syringe gets loaded with whatever material you don't really know, and you can't really verify what it is, what's the source, if it's sterile, none of that. Right? And you have to trust that this person who is calling herself the butt lady, or whoever she is in your hometown, or in TJ even, Tijuana, that she's gonna do right by you. So she injects your booty. And worst case scenario is you get an embolism because she went too deep, and you pass away almost instantly. The better case scenario is that you live. You live another however many years your life is supposed to be, but as you continue to age, that silicone or that product, whatever it is, becomes scarred in, becomes very dense, becomes very heavy, migrates to other parts of your body, and causes you pain, disfiguration, and all kinds of other unwanted consequences. So let's break this down. The FDA in America has never approved free silicone injections. What is approved is silicone that is encapsulated. If anyone is suggesting to you to inject you directly with just free silicone, that has never been approved. And for this very reason, because you could die or you could live and just be really, really harmed by it. So that's number one. It may be, I believe it is approved in Mexico. But that doesn't mean go to Mexico, girl. That means stay your ass at home. But don't order the butt lady to come through, okay? I believe it is approved in Mexico. I'm not sure why it is approved in Mexico. But that doesn't mean that it's good, right? So that's one thing. Medical grade silicone should never just be directly injected into anything that involves your body. Number two is that you actually don't know if they're using medical grade silicone, because typically what is on the black market, what's out there for sale, is not medical grade. It's usually industrial grade. So they're injecting you with industrial grade silicone, or actually that's the better of the other options. Because the other options are mineral oil, they're cement, they're unknown polymers. Usually it's not sterile. So you're injecting unsterile, meaning it has bacteria within it. It may not be infected, but it's not sterile, so it has bacteria within it. And you're now introducing that into your body, where your immune system is going to actively try to fight it. It's going to fight the polymer, and it's also going to fight whatever bacteria is associated with the polymer. Okay, so walk with me here. You get the booty injections. You actually live through the procedure. You continue to live your life as you normally would. And what happens is you now get this really aggressive infection because you had these polymers that were not sterile injected into your body. Your body goes into overdrive, literally trying to fight this infection that could be eating you from the inside out. So I've seen women who have come into the emergency room with what we call necrotizing soft tissue infections, which in layman's terms, we say the flesh-eating bacteria. Necrotizing soft tissue infection is a deadly infection, not only because of the bacteria that's associated with it, but largely because of the immune response required to help fight it. And it's an insufficient immune response, and it's one that requires so much from you that your body could go into multi-system organ failure. So I've now described two ways in which this could actually kill you. You don't get a necrotizing soft tissue infection. Continue to walk with me down this path of not greatness. Years later, because the body always tries to fight a foreign body, right? Typically it does so when we put in implants by walling it off so it never has to see it again, in effect. It walls off breast implants. It walls off knee implants, shoulder, any metal that goes into the body or any foreign body that goes into the body is also walled off just like a breast implant. That's essentially scar tissue that the body is building to say, hey, I don't see this foreign body in me anymore. I'm not going to continue to fight this and expend energy to fight this foreign body because it's just there. So I'm going to just put a wall around it and act like it's not there. And depending on that material, the body could make a lot of scar tissue or a little bit of scar tissue, right? Depending on what the material is, the body can react. It can overreact, or it can react in a kind of stable way. When you inject these free polymers, again, because it's not sterile, they can be highly reactive materials, the body tends to go, again, into overdrive. So it tends to overreact and creates very dense scar tissue. So the women I'm seeing now who have lived, thank goodness, through the initial injection, killing them from an embolism, through a necrotizing soft tissue infection, are now dealing with just the scar tissue that's built around the polymers. It is thick, again, it is heavy, and it migrates. It causes what's called granulomas that are pockets of basically scar tissue that are encasing the silicone or the foreign material. And these granulomas can migrate. So let's say you live through all that and you have migration of these granulomas. There's nothing stopping it necessarily from migrating to very important parts of your body. There's nothing stopping it from migrating to cause you, again, another embolism, a stroke. There's really nothing that stops it from doing that. So this is not just a one-time easy fix because you don't have the fat to create the BBL that you really want. This is basically a lifelong sentence that you commit to because you had a person like the butt lady into your home, or you went to the salon, or back in the day you went into the back alley or the motel and it wasn't the Holiday Inn. Sorry, that wasn't a good joke. Hotel, motel, Holiday Inn. No, okay, no. Okay, horrible joke. And so now I have a patient, a very lovely woman who has it everywhere. And she and I, once a year, pick a spot that bothers her more than others where we can debride it or excise whatever scar tissue I can. And unfortunately, it's left her with serious disfigurement. I cannot be too aggressive in how much I actually take out because, for a lot of reasons, but one of them is that the skin actually has to survive. And so if I take out a lot of this tissue that's underneath the skin could actually die, and she's had that problem too. So it's a very horrible disease without a great solution. And what seemed like a great idea in the 1990s is turning out to be a horrible, horrible idea in the 2020s. And so I cannot imagine that women are still doing this. And in 20 or 30 years, they're going to be going through the same road of prolonged debilitation because of a bad decision. So I've never been more passionate about saying, trust only an board-certified plastic surgeon to do your procedures. This is when I'm uber passionate about it. Because a board-certified plastic surgeon is not going to use silicone that's industrial grade. That person is going to go through the risks and benefits with you of any kind of buttock augmentation option you've discussed, and will help you understand that none of this is risk-free, but there are options that are more risk-averse, and so better for you. Your life is ultimately priceless, so paying a couple $100s for a butt injection that could kill you is not the way. Please leave your comments and your questions below. Maybe you have a friend that is going through this, or you've thought about this and now you're scared to do it. Please be scared to do it. Like and subscribe, and as always, love you lots, and bye for now.